No, apologies guys, there was a problem with the sound, so you wouldn't have been able to hear me, so I've had to restart. So we'll get ready to go now in just 1 second. We're going to start down on our backs on the mat, so if you want to just lie down, take a few deep breaths, and we'll get ready to go. Perfect, guys. So we're going to start now down on our backs. Brilliant. Just with our feet flat on the floor, just place your hands down by your side, palms facing down onto the floor. Brilliant. And just relax your shoulders. Just relax your neck. Just feel all them points against the mat. So your head, that nice natural arch here in your neck, your shoulders, and your pelvis and your feet. Brilliant. And we're just going to take a few deep breaths here. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. Bringing that air wide and deep to the sides of your ribcage, feeling that feedback from the floor as you expand that ribcage against the mat. And as you exhale, engage those core muscles as you draw that belly button back towards the spine. Inhale, wide and deep, feel that ribcage expand. And as you exhale, again, engage those core muscles. So drawing your ribs down towards your hips, pulling that belly button back towards the spine. You're exhaling from the bottom up. Great. We just take a few more breaths here. Brilliant. Just taking a few moments just to relax all our muscles. Brilliant. And we're just going to find our neutral pelvis now on the mat. So we're going to tilt that pelvis back and forth. So if you want to just place your hand in that diamond shape, bring your thumbs to your belly button, your fingers down towards your pubic bone, and we're just going to tilt that pelvis back and forth. Brilliant. So we're opening and closing that arch here in our lower back. So as you tilt that pelvis forward, you're going to find your fingers are coming up higher than your thumbs. And as you tilt that pelvis back, you're opening up that arch in your lower back, and your thumbs are coming up higher than your fingers. So we're going to try and find that point just midway here, where our diamond shape is nice and level. So if you just take a quick glance up, we're nice and level. For me, that feels like I could just fit about a great amount here, a small little gap beneath my lower back. But if you feel like you need to keep a flat back for these exercises, that's absolutely fine. Just make sure that your back feels nice and supported throughout, okay? So again, hands are down by my sides, palms facing down. I'm in neutral. Just take a big deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Brilliant. And I'm going to bring my right leg up towards the ceiling now, and I'm going to point them toes away. So just taking a second here. I'm going to lower this leg down towards the mat. So I'm going to point my toe all the way down, hovering off the floor here, and then flex that foot and bring that leg all the way back up. Brilliant. So keeping my supporting leg here nice and stable, keeping that supporting heel jammed against the mat. I'm going to lower that leg down, flex that heel and bring that leg all the way back up. Brilliant. So we just do 5 more on this side. So keep that leg as straight as you can. And just feel how your abdominals start to work as you release that leg away. Brilliant. Brilliant. Just 2 more. Lower that leg down, flex that heel, bring that leg back up, and just 1 more on this leg. Lower down, brilliant. Flex that foot and draw back up, brilliant. And we'll just bring that leg back down towards the mat. So getting ready to go on our opposite leg now, staying in neutral here. Lifting my opposite leg up towards the ceiling, pointing the toes away. Again, palms facing down. And I'm just going to lower that leg down, pointing and toes away. Flex that foot. We hover here off the mat. Bring that leg all the way back up. Brilliant. So 7 on this side. 1 done. 6. Brilliant. So keeping that neutral pelvis all the time, or that flat back against the mat, and working with your breath, okay? And just 4 more. And 3. And 2. Brilliant. Last time. And 1. And lift. Brilliant. And lower that foot down towards the mat. Excellent. So from here, staying in neutral, I'm going to bring my 2 hands in behind my head. I'm going to flare my elbows up towards the ceiling. I'm with light pressure here against the back of my head. I'm going to lift my head, neck, and shoulders up. So I'm using all my abdominal strength to lift me up. And as I get up here, I really want to feel that core connection. So I'm going to lift myself up a little bit higher. So really lifting that chest. Brilliant. And lower back down towards the mat. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, lift. Brilliant. Inhale to come down. So really nice and slow controlled movement. And as I come back down towards the mat, I'm keeping that connection with my lower back against the mat. So keeping that pelvis in neutral, working with my breath all the time. Drawing those ribs to hips. Brilliant. And we just do 4 more, working with your breath. Inhale at the bottom, exhale to lift. And 3. Brilliant. And lower. And 2. Brilliant. And make sure you're not overextending that neck. So imagine there's an apple beneath your chin, you're keeping that space. And 1, brilliant. And release back down. Nice. So from here, I'm going to come back up again into flexion, but this time I'm going to bring my hands in behind my head, keeping my elbows wide. I'm going to reach up. I'm going to bring my right leg in towards my chest, and I'm going to reach my opposite leg long. Brilliant. And from here, I'm going to alternate between my 2 sides. I'm going to switch. Brilliant. Hold in here. Nice. And switch. Brilliant. So keeping that lower back pressed against the mat now. And switch. Brilliant. We're just going to do 2 more here on each side. Nice, slow, controlled movement. 1. Brilliant. Last time. Switch. And switch. Brilliant. Bring those knees in and just release that head back down towards the mat for a second. So you can just gently rock there from side to side. Brilliant. Nice work. So from here, I'm going to keep my knees in towards my chest for a second and wrapping my hands around my shins. Again, I'm going to lift my head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat and come into a double leg stretch. Okay, so we're going to extend my legs out, and as I extend my legs out, I'm going to reach for my toes with these hands. Okay, so I'm keeping my hands nice and straight, really reaching down towards those toes. So I'm going to demonstrate now. My legs go nice and long, and I'm reaching down towards those toes. And come back to that starting position with my hands resting on my shins. We're going to go for 10 here, okay? So we'll get ready to go in 3, 2, and 1. Reach long. Brilliant. 9, 8. So keep that connection here in your lower back all the time. 7, 6, 5. Brilliant. 4, 3, nice work, 2, and 1, brilliant, and hug those knees in for a second, excellent. So this time I'm going to come in to my hundreds, just take a second, we're going to rock from side to side, and stay in that position now. This time I'm going to hold, so I'm going to extend my legs out, keeping my arms nice and long, reaching for those toes. So I'll demonstrate now, peeling up again into flexion. My legs are going nice and long. Hands are hovering down by my sides. I'm going to add a pulse with those arms. Okay, so we just hold here for a few counts, working with our breath. So we're going to inhale for counts of 5, exhale for counts of 5. Brilliant. And if that's too difficult, you can just bend those knees, keep those legs in tabletop. but keep those arms nice and strong. Brilliant. Working with that breath, lower back is pressed against the mat. Nice work. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. One more. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. Bring those knees in and release back down. And again, you can gently rock there from side to side. Just massage out that lower back. Nice work. Great. So we're going to come into a bit of a crisscross now. Okay, so for beginner level here, we can just bring those feet to the floor. Hands are coming in behind your head. Again, keeping my elbows nice and wide. My elbows are in eye view, okay? And I'm going to reach to bring my opposite elbow over towards my opposite knee. So my right elbow is coming towards my left knee. So starting here in the starting position, my head is rested on the mat. My lower back here is in neutral. My pelvis is in neutral. I'm lifting up and reaching across. Brilliant. And releasing back down towards the mat. So inhale at the bottom. Exhale to lift and reach across. Brilliant. So staying on that same side, reaching up and over. Brilliant. Reaching up and across. Nice work. So we have 2 more on this side. All the way down towards the mat. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, reach across. Brilliant. And release back down. So reset here. We're going to go on our opposite side. We have 6 reps. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. We're going to lift and reach across. Opposite elbow to opposite knee. And release back down. Brilliant. Reach across. Brilliant. And reach across. 3. We've just 3 more here. So light pressure with those hands into the back of your head. You want to make sure you're using all that abdominal strength. 2 more. Brilliant. And last one. Reach up and across and release back down. Brilliant. So if you need to take a little break there and just bring those knees again in towards your chest. We're going to go with that same movement here, but we're just going to advance it on a little bit, okay? So this time, you can leave your legs in tabletop position. Again, coming up into flexion, hands behind the head. We're going to bring that opposite elbow to opposite knee, okay? Or for more of a challenge here, as we bring that opposite elbow to opposite knee, we're going to extend out our opposite leg, okay? And switch, so opposite elbow to opposite knee, brilliant. So we get ready to go there, whatever position works best for you, tabletop position or extend that opposite leg, okay? So we get ready in 3, 2, and 1. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, brilliant. 3, 2, last time, and 1, brilliant. Bring those knees in and release back down. Nice work. So resting my hands now on my knees. I'm just going to open up my hips here, so just bring those legs round in circles. Taking a few deep breaths. Brilliant. So bringing that air wide and deep to the back and sides of your ribcage. And exhaling from the bottom up, so we're drawing that belly button back towards the spine, keeping that connection all the time. Brilliant. And just lower your feet down. So if you want to just extend those legs out, nice and straight, bring those hands in behind overhead, and we just stretch out here. If you want to interlock those hands for a deeper stretch. Brilliant. We hold here for another 10. And then we'll come over onto our sides. Okay, so if you want to grab some water. Brilliant. And just coming over now onto our sides. So we're going to do a little bit of side leg work here with our legs, and then we're going to come into a side plank off that as well, okay? So to start, we're going to lie with our bottom arm extended out, palm facing up towards the ceiling, and we're resting our head on that arm. Brilliant. Both legs are going nice and long. Or for more balance, if you want to bend your bottom leg, bring it out towards the side. But if you can, keep both legs nice and straight. Brilliant. So I'm making sure there's a straight line running down my spine. So all the way down my posterior chain, nice and straight. Brilliant. And from here, we're going to do some leg kicks. So with my top leg, hand is here in front for support, palm facing down on the mat. With this top leg, I'm going to point my toe as I bring my leg all the way forward. Brilliant. And I'm going to flex that heel to bring that leg all the way back. Brilliant. Pointing the toe to bring that leg forward. Flexing the heel to bring it back. Brilliant. So again, if you need to bring that bottom knee out towards the side for more support, or you can try and keep that balance here by using all that core strength. And only bring that leg back as far as you can keep that nice straight line running down your spine. You don't want to be falling back here, okay? So you want to try and make sure that your hips stay stacked. Brilliant. And we've just got two more on this leg. Drive forward, flex back. Brilliant. And one more. Drive forward and flex back. Brilliant. So you want to lower that leg for a second. We're going to do 10 leg circles. Now we're going to do 5 towards the midline and 5 away from the midline. So starting in this position here, our leg is shoulder width. I'm going to flex my foot and I'm going to do 5 circles towards the midline. So 5. Brilliant. You can do nice small circles or nice wide circles, but don't allow that hip to fall back. 3. And imagine that leg is nice and heavy. Create energy through that leg. 2. Brilliant. And 1. We're going to pause here, staying at shoulder level and reverse the other way. For 5. This is a little bit more challenging now, coming from away from the midline. You want to keep that balance. 4. 3. Brilliant. 2. And 1, and lower that leg back down. Brilliant. And with that same leg, we're going to do 10 leg lifts. Okay, so you can bring that arm up overhead. If you can, keep your balance, and if not, keep that arm here in front for support. And lift that arm up. I'm going to do 10 leg lifts. So again, I'm flexing my foot, starting here at shoulder level. I'm lifting that leg up and lower. Brilliant. Lift and lower. That's 9. So really working to keep my balance here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, brilliant, 2, and 1, and lower that leg down. Brilliant. So if you want to just give that leg a little roll, well done. We're going to come up into the side plank now, so on the same side. I'm going to come up onto my forearm. So if you want to rest a cushion here beneath your forearm or something for a little bit of support, that's absolutely fine. So we're going to hold a side plank here for 30 seconds, okay? So you can start with whatever position works best for you. You can start with those knees bent. You can push up on that bottom knee and hold that position here. You can keep that bottom knee bent, extend that top leg, resting the ball of my foot on the mat, but just making sure that my knees are in line with each other here, and push up on that bottom leg, okay? Or for more of a challenge, both legs can go nice and long. Keep that nice straight line running down your spine. Brilliant. I'm going to bring this top leg in front, resting the ball of my foot on the mat, and I'm going to push up here, holding that 30 seconds plank. So we're getting ready to go now. In 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. Pushing up. And you can bring that arm up overhead here for a challenge. Brilliant. 5 seconds done. So keep breathing through this exercise. That's 10 seconds. Drawing that belly button back towards the spine. Brilliant. That's 20 seconds. Nice work. 27, 28, 29, and 30. Brilliant. Lowering back down. Nice work. So I'm going to come up now to a seated position. I'm going to cross my legs. Sitting up nice and tall. Brilliant. Both hands just coming out either side of my legs. Brilliant. And from here, I'm going to reach my left arm up nice and tall. I'm going to draw my shoulders away from my ears, so relax that shoulder. This hand here, palm is pressing in towards the mat. I'm going to lean across, stretching out that side, leaning into that supporting palm here on the floor. Brilliant. And just hold here. Take a few deep breaths. Keep both hips facing forward and both hips on the mat. 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. And come back down. Excellent. We're going to go on our opposite side. So reach this opposite arm up nice and tall. Again, relax that shoulder away from the ear. Resting into this supporting palm here on the floor. We're going to lean across. Brilliant. And hold here. So really stretch out that side while keeping that hip on the mat. Brilliant. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring that hand back down. And we're going to come over onto our opposite side now, okay? So for that side leg series, I'm lying on my bottom arm. My palm is facing up towards the ceiling. My legs are straight, and you can bend that bottom knee for more support. Brilliant. And from here, I'm making sure that my hips are stacked directly on top of each other. And I have a straight line running down my spine. We're starting with those leg kicks. So pointing my toe, starting off with my leg at shoulder level. And I'm driving that leg forward, flexing that heel to bring that leg all the way back. Brilliant. Pointing the toe to bring that leg forward, flex that heel to bring it back. So really using all that core strength, making sure that my hips are stacked directly on top of each other and not allowing that hip to fall back. Brilliant. So just 3 more like this. Two, last time. Drive forward, flex back. Brilliant. And lower that leg for a second. So we've got 10 circles now. We're doing 5 towards the midline. So flexing that foot, trying to keep that balance. Imagine my leg is nice and heavy. And I'm doing 5 circles, small or large, towards the midline. 5, 4, 3, brilliant. 2, and 1. I'm going to pause here and reverse the other way. So this is more challenging. 5, 4. So really slow and controlled movement, nice relaxed breath. 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. And lower that leg back down. And we've got 10 leg lifts. So again, I'm bringing that leg up, over, or arm up overhead for a challenge. Sorry, we're bringing that top leg up to shoulder level, flexing that foot, and we do 10 leg lifts. We're going to bring that leg as high as we can, while keeping all that balance, using that core strength. We're not allowing ourselves to fall back. Hips are stacked directly on top of each other. 8. So again, imagine that our leg is nice and heavy. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, brilliant. 2 more. 2, and 1, brilliant. And lower that leg back down. And we're coming up now onto that forearm for our side plank on this side. So again, we have a 30-second hold. Using all that core strength, whatever position works best for you. So you're going to extend both legs long, bringing that top leg in front, ball of the foot resting on the mat. Brilliant. And just making sure your elbow is directly beneath your shoulder. Okay, so we're going to push up now, getting ready to go in 3, 2, and 1. And we're holding here for 30 seconds. Arm up overhead for a challenge. And keep breathing here, guys. That's 10 seconds. And that's 20 seconds, guys. 10 more. Don't hold your breath. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release back down. Brilliant. Just lower that opposite hand down. And we're going to come over now onto our fronts. So my toes are facing down on the mat. My feet are just shoulder width apart. Coming all the way down. I'm going to bring my arms out in front here. So my palms are facing down on the mat. And I'm just gently resting my head here on the mat as well. So to find that correct position here with your abs, I'm going to tilt my pubic bone forward. And I'm imagining that I'm lifting those abs up. So again, I'm drawing those ribs to hips. So I want to close that arch here in my lower back. Okay? Brilliant. So when we feel nice and supported, we're going to go into our swimming prep. Okay, so with our right arm and our left leg, we're going to lift and release back down. Excellent. So we're going to lift our head, neck, and shoulders at the same time if we can. If that's too challenging, you can leave yourself down on the mat. But if you can, we're going to lift up that right arm, that left leg, along with our head and shoulders. Brilliant. And release back down. And we'll go on our opposite side next. We're switching sides all the time. Lift and lower. Brilliant. Working between your two sides. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale to lift. Brilliant. So again, nice slow controlled movement. I'm working with your own breath here. So whatever feels comfortable for you. Changing between our two sides. Brilliant. So we're just going to do one more here on each side. Last time. Brilliant. And lower. Excellent. So from here, this time we're going to hold our head, neck, and shoulders up if we can, and we're going to alternate between our two sides. So we're going to pick up the pace a little bit here. So I'll demonstrate, keeping my head, neck, and shoulders up, and I'm going to switch here. So I'm going to alternate between my two sides as I lift my opposite arm, opposite leg, okay? And we're just going to go here for 20 seconds. So again, find that correct position on the mat. Your abs are lifted, you're drawing your ribs to your hips, and that pubic bone is feeling heavy on the mat. Brilliant. Draw your shoulders away from the ears and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Brilliant. So get ready to go now. In 3, 2, and 1. So alternate between your two sides. Brilliant. Keep breathing here, guys. Nice work. That's 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. And release back down. So just bring those hands either sides of your breastbone here. Brilliant. Press those palms in towards the mat, and we're going to push up here. Stretch out that front. I'm lifting my hips off the mat to get a good stretch. Great. Again, keeping that correct position in my abs. So I want to make sure I'm nice and supported here. So I'm drawing my ribs to hips. Lifting those abs up. Excellent. And when you're ready, we're just going to push back here onto those heels. So I'm going to bring my feet together. I'm going to bring my knees a little bit wider. And I'm going to sit back. Reach those arms forward. Brilliant. Bring that head towards the mat. And just rest here for a few moments. So take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Excellent. And we're going to come forward now into this all four position, really. So our knees are directly beneath our hips, our hands are directly beneath our shoulders, and we're going to find that neutral pelvis. So like in that lying position with our 50-50, we're going to find that space just in between. So we're going to tilt that pelvis all the way forward and back, working between our two extremes. Brilliant. So to start, we're dropping that belly button to the floor, and to counteract that, we're releasing that tailbone away. Brilliant. So working between these two ranges of motion, just moving our pelvis, we're keeping everything else nice and stable. Brilliant. This time we're going to tuck it all the way under, so we're drawing that pubic bone up towards the belly button. We're going to tilt it all the way back, release that tailbone away, and now we're going to find that point just midway where we're nice and stable. And if there was a glass here in our back full of water, it would not fall off. Okay, brilliant. And from here, we're going to do some leg lifts. So we're going to extend our right leg back, and we're going to lift that leg. So we're going to keep our balance here, making sure that we're not falling over onto one side. Okay, we're using that core strength to keep us nice and stable. And just holding here for a second. We're going to add a pulse for 10. So we're pulsing 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. We're going to bend that knee, flex that foot up towards the ceiling, holding here, and we're going to add a pulse again for 10. So pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. Holding here. So we're going to keep this nice angle off the knee, and we're going to bring that knee in towards our chest. Brilliant. And then release back. So don't lose that angle of the knee. Flex that foot up towards the ceiling. So bringing that knee in all the way towards our chest and back. Brilliant. We've just two more here. Bringing that knee all the way up towards our chest and back. Brilliant. And just one more. All the way in and release back. Brilliant. And lower that leg down. And we'll just reset. We're going to go on our opposite side. So if you need to sit back for a second, coming off those wrists, you can just give your wrists a little roll. Brilliant. And when you're ready, we'll get going on the opposite side. So this time we're going to extend that opposite leg out, nice and straight, pointing the toes away. And we're going to add a pulse here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. So holding that leg here, we're going to bend that knee, flex that foot up towards the ceiling, and again we're pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. And now we're going to bring that knee all the way in towards the chest, keeping this angle with the knee all the way under, up towards that chest. Brilliant. And release back. So be 4 on this side. Nice, slow, controlled movement. 3. Keeping that nice angle. Brilliant. 2. Last time. And release back. Brilliant. And lower that knee back to center. And again, just come off those wrists, sit back onto those heels, reach out in front with those arms. Brilliant. And again, you can do some wrist rolls here. Just release those wrists. Brilliant. And when you're ready, we're just going to make our way around here to a seated position. So bringing those feet in front. I'm going to extend those legs nice and long. Brilliant. You can have a soft bend in the knees here, but we want to sit up nice and tall. So if you can get those legs nice and straight, if you've got that flexibility in your hamstrings, and if not, keep that nice soft bend in your knees. Just make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Brilliant. So we're going to reach those arms out in front here at shoulder level. And I'm going to reach over and across like I'm reaching over a beach ball, okay? So driving over that beach ball, reaching nice and tall, holding here for 3, 2, and 1, and slowly starting to peel back up as I stack my spine, coming up again to that nice tall seated position. We do this 3 times, it's 1 done. I'm going to roll over. So you're keeping all that space in your abdominals like you're leaning over that ball. That's 2 done. We've just 1 more. Driving over. Holding here. 3, 2, and 1. And slowly start to peel back up. Brilliant. Restacking that spine. So from here, I'm going to slowly start to roll back down towards the mat. So keeping those legs nice and long. And slowly peeling down. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Nice slow controlled movement. All the way down. Brilliant. And again, just finding that neutral position here on the mat and bending my knees up towards the ceiling, my feet are flat on the floor. Finding that neutral pelvis to begin. And we're going to do some pelvic rolls. So my palms are facing down on the mat, and I'm slowly going to start to peel my back up off the mat, okay? So vertebrae by vertebrae, peeling up slowly like a sticker peeling off the mat. So I come up here to a tall bridge, squeeze on my glutes at the top, so try and get those hips a little bit higher, and slowly start to peel back down. Brilliant, so keeping that connection in my core all the time, drawing those ribs to my hips. Brilliant, and again, slowly start to peel back up, so I'm not losing that connection as I come back down on the mat. I'm keeping that core engaged all the time. Brilliant. And we'll just do 3 more like this. Peeling up nice and slow. Inhale up the top, exhale to peel back down. So driving through my heels here, keeping my knees shoulder width apart and not allowing those knees to fall out to the side. I'm making sure as I come up that my pelvis is nice and level on both sides. Brilliant. Squeeze on my glutes. And we've just got 1 more here. Slowly peel back up. And release back down. Brilliant. Excellent. And from there, we're just going to bring our knees in towards our chest again, massaging out that lower back. Rocking from side to side. Brilliant. And bringing my feet to the floor now. I'm going to bring my arms out nice and wide. Feet together, my knees are together, and I'm going to slowly start to lower my legs down towards my left side, all the way down towards the mat, stretching out, coming back to center, and working that opposite side, all the way down. Brilliant. Back to center, and we're going here on our opposite side, so really slow movement here. Brilliant, and we'll just do 1 more on each side. So falling over to my left side. Brilliant, and 1 more time on my opposite side, lower down, and come back to center. Brilliant. And from here again, I'm going to bring both legs to tabletop position. I'm going to bring my left leg over my right leg, okay? So my shin here is resting on my thigh, and I'm just going to press gently into this knee, okay? And just stretch out that leg, so we're holding here. Brilliant. Taking a few deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to go on our opposite side. So we're bringing that right leg over that left knee, pressing into that right knee, stretching out the back of that right hamstring. Brilliant. Hold it here for another 10. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Both legs go long now. Again, bringing those arms in overhead. And just stretch out. Again, taking a few deep breaths. Excellent. And from there, I'm just going to wrap my hands around the backs of my thighs. I'm going to slowly roll up here into a seated position. And that concludes this evening's Pilates, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. So take care, guys, and I hope to see you again soon.